Welcome to the Relationship and Wellness Podcast with Nicola. Nicola runs transformational breakthrough programs for individuals and couples and has several award-winning audio programs. She also runs a holistic life therapist certification program where you can get paid to guide clients to profound change and work from the comfort of your own home. For details, visit www.nicolabeer.com today. Please note, places are limited and are available on first-come, first-served basis.
Hi and welcome. So happy you're here. I'm going to be talking about burnout again in this episode. This time though, I'm going to be talking about the 5 stages of burnout and how to help yourself if you are experiencing burnout right now. So there are 5 different stages of burnout. Often people get to the latter stages of burnout before making changes. However, if you can recognize the early signs on the road to burnout, you can prevent yourself from hitting rock bottom. So let's look at the stages. The first stage is the honeymoon stage. This is the beginning where pressure might be high and so is excitement. Whether it's a new job, a new baby, you may have lots of energy at this point. But as with new things, there is always some levels of anxiety, stress, wanting to be the best you can be, and this can add extra pressure. Then there's the onset of stress. So you may start to notice good and bad days, where some days are more difficult than others. Anxiety levels are increasing, stress is increasing, maybe pressure you put on yourself is increasing. And at this stage, you may notice some symptoms like fatigue, irritability, heart palpitations, and not wanting to socialize or do much in your free time. Then there's chronic stress. At this stage, your stress levels intensify, and the symptoms are much more evident and long-lasting. You may notice yourself becoming more aggressive, irritable, lacking sexual desire, always feeling panicked, starting to miss deadlines or forget things at home, and you may turn to food, shopping, porn, alcohol, or drugs to numb the reality. And of course, those habits can make you feel worse. Then there is the burnout crisis stage, stage 4. And this is where symptoms of burnout at this stage are critical. It becomes really difficult for a person in this stage to function. You may also notice that you're losing control of your life and you tend to isolate yourself from the outside world. You might notice chronic headache, problems with your gut like IBS, want to move away from people and the world as you know it, feel empty, lonely, no desire to socialize, things that used to bring you joy no longer do, everything seems like an effort, even going on holiday can seem like too much hassle. The packing, the airport, etc., you just think, I just can't handle it. It's hard to keep going in this stage. And then there's stage 5, habitual burnout. People who have reached stage 5 will feel extremely low moods, show signs of depression, and will be mentally, physically, and emotionally done. At this stage, you're likely to develop chronic illnesses, severe anxiety, and ongoing irritability, depression, and negativity. It's common for people to feel like they're stuck, trapped, a victim to their thoughts and bodily symptoms. When people come to do the individual breakthrough program with me, often they're at stage 3, the chronic stress, the burnout, or the habitual burnout. Their body is showing signs that something's not right. They're feeling negative about themselves, about the future, and they're always often feeling some sense of being stuck or trapped. In stages 3, 4, and 5, it's so important to get help, whether that's from a loved one or professional support, and sharing your needs with family and friends, creating a plan for yourself to get out of it. If this is resonating with you, you'll be pleased to know that you are not alone in your struggle, and you don't have to suffer on the journey to recovery alone either. I'm going to share some tips that can help you if you feel like you're getting stuck in the road to habitual burnout. This is especially important for people who are not able to quit their job or jump on a plane and go on a luxurious holiday or retreat to ease their chronic stress. So the first thing is to establish good habits as soon as you can, ideally from the onset. So if you're starting a new job or you've just had a baby, it's important to think realistically and not idealistically. By this I mean we all want to give 150% when we embark on a new journey. We all want to exercise regularly, keep up with our social and family life, have fun, do everything we can. If we're setting the bar way too high though, it's going to just lead to disappointment, frustration, and not feeling good enough. So doing extra work on taking on more responsibilities at home is going to make things harder for you to maintain a high level of energy and effort. It's important to learn not to take on too much in the beginning so that you can adapt to your new role or new baby, let's say, or just if you're feeling burnout and you haven't established good habits, now is a great time. What would it look like if you reduced your expectations? What would it look like if you were loving and accepting of yourself, that some days your best is really high and some days your best is low? That's being realistic. We can't be 110% all the time. We might want to be, but it's not realistic. And sometimes in my times of feeling tired, exhausted, I haven't been able to go to the gym every day or 5 times a week. I haven't been able to lift weights. I just feel like those days I'm just going to go for a walk, and I'll walk at whatever pace I want to walk at, and that's good enough. So setting the right habits to start with is going to be great, and if you haven't set the right habits to start with, start now. Have minimum goals, and anything else you do then is a bonus. And give yourself praise for the things that you do, and give yourself praise for taking rest. Taking a break is not a reward. Taking a break is essential for your mental and physical well-being. So it's also really important to get that into your mindset. Taking a break is not a reward. It's essential. So you must make sure that you're taking breaks and looking after yourself. The next thing to really support yourself is saying no. When you say no, you're saying yes to yourself. A major thing that comes up in a lot of the breakthrough sessions with people that I help is people-pleasing. Not being able to say no to others. Telling people what they want to hear. It's so important to say no to extra work, activities and chores. If you find it difficult to say no in the moment, then from today, start to practice saying, let me check and get back to you. You can say, let me check my calendar. Let me check with my partner. Let me check my work schedule. Let me check to see what the children have on. And then let's say it's in the work setting, you could perhaps say, yeah, absolutely, I can do that. Because I have this project and these things lined up, I'm not going to be able to get to that until Thursday next week. So if you would like me to do it, I'm happy to do it, but it's not going to be till then. If you really need it sooner than then you might want to choose somebody else to give it to. Or you say, okay, if this is really important, and it's your boss saying it, you say, sure, how important is this? Is this more important than this task you've given me, because I'm not going to be able to fit both in the next few days? So it's really about being assertive, sharing what you have on, setting realistic expectations. And then it's giving your boss, it's giving the other person a choice. Are they going to wait for you, or are they going to give it to someone else? So the next one is time to recharge. As I mentioned earlier, taking time to recharge is not a reward, it's a necessity. And it's asking for help so that you can recharge. Whether it's someone covering your emails or your work, your phone, if you need to go out and have lunch, which of course you should go out and have lunch and have that break. If it's asking for support at home and saying that I really need to exercise, I really need to give myself an hour of power in the morning, or I'm feeling really tired tonight, I'm going to have an early night. Or I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm going to go and listen to an anxiety calming meditation or something. So asking for support and making sure that you are taking time to recharge. I love to recharge every morning. I walk every morning at the moment. I do a guided meditation every day, always listen to one before I go to sleep as well. And I make sure that I have things to look forward to every single week. at least twice a week, I've got something really fun, creative, exciting to look forward to. I think that's important as well. So the next one is prioritize sleep. This is so important. This is one of the most important things. A great, healthy sleep routine can do wonders for your mental clarity and energy levels. I go to the bed exactly the same time as I go to bed on the weekend as I do during the week, which you might think, God, that's so boring, Nicola. For me, it works. I love feeling good in the morning. And if you're suffering from burnout from work, having a set time where you don't answer emails, having a set time where you don't look at your emails, having a technology detox before you sleep can be really helpful. And so can listening to a meditation before you go to bed. Because whatever you listen to in your head before you sleep is going to affect how you sleep as well. Because our subconscious mind will just play over and digest. And this is why, some people, if you're like me, I can't watch the news or crime dramas, action movies, emotional dramas before going to bed, because my mind will have a nightmare about it. And the longer that I've now abstained from any kind of heavy TV, the more if I do it, my mind I'll try and solve the puzzle of the crime drama. And I'll try and analyze and solve things. It's like, oh my God, Nicola, just sleep. So really making sure that you're doing things that's going to help your sleep. Some people take melatonin, which is a natural supplement. Some people have an unwind routine, which I highly recommend. I listen to a hypnotherapy meditation every night, just filling my mind with positive things. It really makes such a difference. And you also, at the beginning of when you wake up as well, that can also be a really good time to listen to them. And if you haven't already, you can go to my website and you can get the self-confidence one, and you can also get the forgive and let go in your relationship one. They're really powerful and they help people to just release and to shift their thinking, because when we shift our thinking, we feel better and we feel that sense of release. And if you're really experiencing burnout right now, then having a nice meditation to do a couple of times a day, one before you sleep, and then one in the middle of the day when you feel like things are getting too much. Of course, it's easy if you're at home. You can just go and listen to one, lie down, take 20 minutes out. I'm sure you'll be feeling so much better after. Or you can go to your car if you're in the office, just go to your car, or if you can, lock an office door, go and use a meeting room, lie down on the floor, do a meditation, and just take time to relax. So how can you get a better sleep routine? For some people, it's saying no to social media after 9 o'clock at night, no to work, no to phones, no to eating after 7 p.m. Different things can affect our sleep. So finding what works for you. And of course, if you have a new baby, that's not going to be possible. So maybe going to shift work and organising a shift pattern with your partner so that one goes to sleep at this time, the other one goes to sleep at that time, and just getting into that routine until things change there. The next one is really important to help you get through burnout, and that's maintaining connections with loved ones. It's so easy to get lost in your own inner world of burnout, isolate from people, think that you don't have the energy to see people. However, when you do take that time out, you can experience their world. You can not think about yourself and what you've got to do and what's going on in your life. It can just relieve you. If you don't want to talk about yourself, you don't have to. You can just say to people when you meet them, look, I really don't want to talk about me. Let's just talk about you. Let's just have a light conversation. You can just deflect and turn the conversation, and it can really support you. And it can be something really simple. If you feel like I haven't got the energy for a shopping mall, I haven't got the energy for going out drinking, that's going to make me feel worse. You can do something like going for a nice walk together, watching a movie, just something that you find easy and will just break your routine. As they say, a change is as good as a rest. So changing up your routine. The strong connections with others has been proven to boost our serotonin levels. So do something that's going to be a break and fun and a great way to connect with someone you love. Even if you can't see that person or the people that you love and care about, having a Zoom call with them where you switch off all other distractions, you give them your full attention and you just have a really nice chat. And then the last point is to redirect your negative thoughts. Negative thoughts drain our energy. This is what I help people to get rid of in the breakthrough. When you compare yourself to others all the time, when you find yourself comparing yourself even to a younger version of you, you are instantly putting yourself on the back foot and thinking you're not doing as well. So stop comparing. Stop comparing yourself to how you used to look, how you used to be. Stop comparing yourself to this wife or husband does this person does that, this person has this, I don't. If you tell yourself, I'm not a good enough parent, I can't handle this project, I'm going to fail, life is a struggle, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I don't want to be here anymore, if it gets to that level, do something. Act now and start to change your thoughts. I mentioned the guided meditations and hypnotherapy chats are very, very good for changing thoughts. In fact, my 30 meditation set is the most best-selling thing that I sell. And people are realizing now more than ever that changing your thinking is so important at the subconscious level. Also, saying to yourself, look, I'm going to find a solution. I'm not going to tell myself I'm stuck, I'm struggling. One lady that I worked with when we started doing the breakthrough, literally, she said the word I struggle with, I struggle, about 10 times in a few minutes. So really pay attention to what you're thinking and what you're saying, because your mind is absorbing all of that and it will take it as true. Unresolved traumas, carrying negative emotions also support the burnout. If you're carrying a lot, our emotions get trapped in our body. There's lots of scientific evidence that happens. And if you're carrying that emotional baggage, you're going to feel weighed down. Of course, people say like chip on shoulder, weight on shoulder. So releasing that. It's so important to release that. And that's what I help people to do in the breakthrough, whether they're carrying resentment, anger, hurt, disappointment, frustration, guilt, regret, rejection, betrayal. Carrying all of that and not having it released is going to affect you. And it can crop up in different ways. Stomach issues, neck pain, back pain, knee issues, many different ways. Which of course then affects your mental health, your physical health, everything is interconnected. So we need to get to the root cause of the emotions, the root cause of why you act and why you're doing what you're doing. And sometimes people get burnout because they don't believe that they can take a break. They don't believe that they're successful, that they're achieving enough, and they just constantly work because they feel like they have to prove themselves. They have to make more money. They have to be more successful. Laziness, perhaps, as a child was not acceptable. They seek approval, so they work, whether it's in the home or in their career, because they need approval, and they just can't stop. So what happens if you have a partner who is experiencing burnout and you don't know how to support them? This is what I'll focus on now. So if you've got a partner who is experiencing burnout and it's not feasible for you to quit the job, quit the work, change your life, go on a vacation, which, let's face it, if it was that simple, you probably would have done that anyway. So what can you do? Well, first of all, to help them, it's very important to understand the signs of burnout. You know your partner best. And there may be subtle changes or there may be major changes in their demeanour, their language, their attitude. For example, they may snap more, be more irritable. They may lack energy or excitement for things that they used to love. Listen to my other episode on the common signs of burnout and familiarise yourself with the 5 stages of burnout that I've covered today in this episode to just see and understand. Maybe you can listen to this podcast together and then strategize some solutions. Another thing you can do is to get physical. It's easy for us to ignore what's going on around us until a person hits crisis point. The power of touch, the power of hugging, kissing them, holding them, encouraging them, power of a sexual release perhaps, an orgasm, can also really help. release the stress. There are countless studies that have highlighted the positive impact of touch and how touch can have a calming, soothing effect on people who are stressed and overwhelmed. You may feel like, I don't want to hug them, I don't want to kiss them, I don't want to be intimate with them because they're so horrible right now. Yet it might just be what they need to shake it off. It might be what they need to connect to their body, to relax, to realise that they're loved and supported, where perhaps words aren't going in. Of course, give them loving words as well. It just might be the physical calming that they need, hugging it out. So number 3 is work out how you can help. Instead of asking your partner what they want you to do, it's a great idea to figure that out on your own if you can, and then just start helping. If we put ourselves in the mindset of someone that's like really tired, really stressed, got loads on, and then you say, what do you need? What do you want? They can just feel like, well, isn't it obvious? Or I have to tell you, or now I have to think of that. And it can just be like an extra stress and it can irritate a person. So if you can work out what they could do with support. So it might be deciding that you're going to do some evening activities, let's say with the children or in the house, so that they can get to bed early. So you support them with their sleep. Or you support them with their sleep in the morning. You say, look, you have a lie-in tomorrow. I'll get up and do all these different things. Or you could be like, look, okay, what do the children need? Is there any things you can do to help? Whether that's picking up and dropping off children or entertaining them. If it's with work, maybe you can support them by saying, shall we have a nice relaxing night and switch off work early? Would you like to watch this movie? It's a feel-good movie or this comedy. Or you say, look, if you want to go to the gym or if you want to go for a walk, let's go together. Or, I'll do this. Give them exercise time. Just supporting them on different things like that. If it's house things that need to be done and they've been building up, say to them, look, I'm going to get a few quotes just to get someone else to help us with the cleaning or the cooking or the DIY so that it makes life easier for you. It's about finding how you can get through this by getting extra support if you need to, by giving that support and taking on some things. Now, if you're really not sure on how you can help, of course, ask them. Just say to them that I really want to help you. I can see that you're really tired at the moment. I can see that you're going through a difficult time. Shall we talk about your work and brainstorm? Would you like me to support you more with this or with that? And just ask them, of course. So if you can't work it out by yourself, definitely ask. The next one is not to judge. It can be so easy to judge and say, well, why is it that you're taking on so much work? Why are you tired all the time? Why can't you cope with the family responsibilities or the work responsibilities? Why can't you say no? Why can't you not work on the weekend? Why can't you eat healthy? Why can't you go to the gym? Why can't you do this? And they can just feel even worse. If you feel you're being judged, if you feel you're being attacked, if you feel you're being criticised when you're really doing your best, it's not going to work. So making sure that you are not judging, that you're loving, you're supportive, and you really want to help them find solutions. And the last thing you can do for yourself and for them is to really get support from your family, friendship group, other support network. Maybe you need support to help them because it's driving you crazy. Maybe there's someone that will take them out for a good night out and talk to them and support them to laugh again and talk it all through. Perhaps they could have a business coach, a parenting coach, a life coach, whatever it is to help them. Both of you need love, support, a healthy, balanced life, good sleep, good health. So if there's anything I can do, if you'd like to learn more about my breakthrough program, check out the website. The details are on there. I've created a new 30-minute YouTube video on it. So if you would like to look at that, you can just email me or you can find it on my YouTube channel. And I'd really be so happy if you've enjoyed any of my shows, if you could leave a rating and review. It just helps the show to stay more visible and to reach more people. And as I mentioned in my other podcast on burnout, please do get your health check, do some blood tests, find out if there's anything going on for you like there was for me. I was waking up feeling tired every day. The thought of doing my social media, of doing videos, of doing podcasts, I was like, I can't, I'm too tired. And I realised that my thyroid was hyperactive. And now I'm only 7 days into the medication and I'm already feeling, yay, I'm back. The real me is back and it's just going to get better and better. So really make sure that if you don't understand why you're feeling so tired and exhausted, to have the blood tests that you need to make sure that you're thriving in life. And do join my Facebook group. It would be lovely to connect with you more personally there. Really going for it again now that I am back on the road to recovery and being and feeling myself. From my heart to yours, wishing you an amazing day or evening wherever you are. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Relationship and Wellness Podcast with Nicola Beer. If you are interested in finding out more about becoming a holistic life therapist, would like to get Nicola's mentorship directly, or check out the award-winning audio programs, visit www.nicolabeer.com today. Subject to availability, a wait list may apply.